Hey, welcome. Hi. um, all right, you guys. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about, I got lots of things. First thing I want to talk about is the Team Cup that's coming up. Um, we have another person that's trying to get on right now. She's actually on the bigger team in the refinery, but not on Team Rock On, but that's okay. We'll have her. And she's been a coach for 3 years, so it'll be fun to have her. She's going to join our team calls here for a while. Her name's also Stacy, but spelled differently. So anyway, first I want to talk about Team Cup because we need 5 people on our team with my crooked finger. 5 people on our team. We have 3 people on our team. We can have more than one team. We can have as many teams as we want. But right now we have 3 and we need 5. Now, I will say this. I am happy to have anybody on our team. Does not matter as long as you are going to shoot for the stars and hit Success Club 5. That's kind of the prerequisite. Oh my gosh, it's Nikki! Blast from the past. She can't hear us yet, I don't think, or we can't hear her.
Nikki, what's up, girl?
Hi.
Hey, you. It's so good to see you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, so we need 5 people on our team. We need 2 more members. And they can be they don't even have to be from our team, but anybody's welcome. So I'm just going to put it out there. We have to register by the end of the month. And you just have to be committed to hit Success Club 5. That's it. So does anybody have any questions about Team Cup?
Can I turn the slide on?
Anyone? Does everybody know what Team Cup is? I know some people do, but... Anyone? Stacy, do you know what it is? Have you done it before?
I've not done it before.
Do you know what it is?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I've heard it talked about, but
batted around. You should no doubt be on a team. Ours, some others, you should always do the Team Cups. They say that people who do, there's a statistic, and now I can't remember what it is. It's like people who do Team Cup. Yeah. Oh, Tanya, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. We're talking about Team Cup, and we have 3 people on our team. We need 5, so we need 2 more people. And the only prerequisite is that you're gonna knock it out of the park and hit Success Club 5. Just throwing that out there. You are welcome, and all y'all are welcome. Well, not all of you, because then there'd be too many. But we can form a second. So I need 2 more people for our team, and then we can see where we go. So there's a statistic, and I can't remember what it is, but I think that it's something like people who do Team Cup in that month generally make about, I think it's like 63% more on their paycheck than they do if they're not involved in the Team Cup. It really does help move your business forward. I'm not sure where that noise is coming from. I think I may have fixed it. Anyway, am I frozen? Am I frozen?
Sometimes.
Am I not frozen now?
No.
Hey, I'm frozen? I'm not frozen.
No. Yes. Yes.
Yes, no. Yes, no. I might move.
Now. Yes and no. Yes and no.
Now.
Am I better now?
Yeah.
Not frozen? Frozen. Not frozen? Frozen.
I don't know.
I hear words. I'm just going to keep talking. I'm just going to keep talking.
Can't see.
Everybody's good. All right. Kimberly looks frozen, and Heather looks frozen, but maybe Heather's just you. Anyway, you should be on a Team Cup because it really does help your business. Every single time it helps your business. And there's cool prizes, which is always nice. So I'm kind of motivated by cool prizes. I don't know, something's wrong with me. So anyway, I want you guys to commit to a Team Cup team. I have 2 more spaces on our team. and then we can form more teams. So in the team page, I've said team a lot. In the team page, please indicate that you would like to be on a team, and we'll fill our team up and then start more teams. And the refinery, there's lots of people who are going to need teammates too. So if you're not the first one in on our team, then we'll pull you in on one of the refinery groups too, because there's lots of them. Okay, any questions about that?
Nope.
I just have a comment.
Comment,
Can I make a comment?
please.
My comment is that you're awesome and congrats on 1 star.
Thank you.
Exactly.
It was an exciting day. Thank you.
I bet it was.
It was an exciting day. I spent most of the day going, yeah, that's not real. Looking at the online office going, oh, look, it is real.
Who on your team made diamond?
That would be my husband.
Okay, well, good. Yay.
Oh, yay, Frank. I told him that. I was like,
Congratulations.
6 weeks ago, I'm like, you're a diamond. And he's like, oh, sweet. Where's my paycheck?
I'm sending it.
Now. So, all right. We are going to do a free group. Our free group is going to start on, please hold. Should have written that down. That would be what? The 30th. Yes, the 30th. Our free group is going to be called Butts and Guts. And Heather.
That's awesome.
Heather, isn't it funny? That was Kimberly's brainchild. Heather, Kimberly, and I are going to do the exercise and nutrition components, and you guys we'll just put you all in there, and you can all add people to it. And then if you want to be involved in the posting, you guys just let me know, and you can help with the Shakeology posts, because we're going to do 3 posts a day. So Kimberly and Heather and I are developing our exercises, our butts and guts exercises. We're pretty excited about it. We talked for a long time about it last night. We had to do 2 Zoom calls because I'm cheap. Oh, there, I said it on a recording. Okay. So, all right. I was originally going to talk about your why, but I got kind of fired up in a group that, and then I'll leave time for questions too and answers about whatever you want to talk about. But I got kind of fired up on a group, or with a group that, I think, Heather, are you in it? Are you in the Badass group? Yeah. So Heather, Kimberly, and I are in a group, and it's called Unleash Your Inner Badass, and it's really, really awesome. But this morning, have you guys watched the Fitzpatricks yet? Yes? No. Yes? No. One of each. Yeah. Okay. Great. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Lizzie, are you in that group too? Oh, sweet. I did not know that. Is everybody in the group? Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. Because it's really a combination of 3 different things that I've heard recently, and I've kept hearing it over and over again, so I feel like, I should talk about this, especially considering that it's the beginning of the year, and we're all kind of getting, our momentum and that sort of thing. But I wanted to something that it all came together for me today when I was listening to the Fitzpatricks this morning, that really all this business is about is 3 things. That's it. It's 3 things. Well, I shouldn't say that. All this business, well, let me back up. To be successful in this business, you need 3 things. How about that? That's it. 3 things. You need consistency, you need grit, and you need patience. That's it. You need those 3 things. The talk this morning was on patience, and I thought they knocked it out of the park. Plus, they're stinking cute. But I wanted to start with consistency, because that's kind of like my bag. Like, that's what I feel like that's something that I am good at, and for 2 reasons. One, because I'm a creature of habit, so consistency to me is comforting. And 2, I have OCD. So by nature, and because of my lovely brain chemistry, I am a very consistent person. It kind of goes back to the creature of habit part. It's funny because I think a lot of times when you have a mental issue. It can be crippling, but at the same time, you can really use it to your advantage. So in the past, I had some issues from my OCD that were quite crippling, and I didn't leave the house at one point in time for 2 months, but that's beside the point. It was a long time ago. But I have figured out with the help of a therapist that I can actually use my OCD and harness that for good. It's like a superpower. So I've kind of figured out that's part of why I'm consistent. And so, it's part of who I am. Like, I'm like that with everything I do. So for the most part, and I get kind of bothered when I'm not consistent just because it doesn't jive with my brain. But anyway, I think consistency has got to be primary in your business. Consistency with everything though, okay? So we're talking about consistency. So there's the 4 vitals, okay? So the inviting. You have to be consistent with this. And by consistent, I mean every single day. And your messaging needs to be consistent across the board, because your messaging is you, and you are your brand. So you have to make that consistent. Like when you have a Facebook profile picture, that should be the same as your Instagram profile picture. That should be the same as your like page picture. Consistency, that's your message. That's what you're sending out. And when you message people, you need to try to keep that consistent with who you are and what they're seeing on your wall. So you can ask for somebody else's message, and that's all fine and good, but you need to make it sound like you. Tanya. I'll get to that, okay? I'll get to that. I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit. That's really funny. So, but you have to, when you send somebody a message, the chances that they're going to go look at your wall are pretty good, okay? So you want your message to be very consistent with what your message is on your Facebook page, on your wall. That's really, really important. So inviting, being consistent, you need to be doing that every day. And even if, like I say, I don't really work a whole lot on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I will still try to send out and respond to messages and in invites over the weekend. And I may send out 2 or 3 over the weekend versus like on last night I sent out 12. But 12, I know, crazy girl, huh? That doesn't compare to some of these other people who are sending out hundreds a day. I don't know how they do it. 12, I'm pretty excited about. But I'm consistent with that, you guys. And when I'm not consistent, it shows in my business. It shows in my business. So pick your number. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's 2. I don't care if it's 4. I don't care if it's 23. Pick a number and do it every day, except for maybe Saturday and Sunday night. I don't work Friday during the day or night, Saturday during the day or night, or Sunday during the day. I start working because I'm a Jew and I do the Sabbath after 6 o'clock on Sunday, after dinner on Sunday. Sorry, but it's true. Anyway, so that's.
So are you practicing? You are a practicing Christian. What's your deal, girly?
Yeah, I'm both. No, I'm really just a practicing Christian. I was raised Orthodox Jewish though, so I have like these weird like holdovers from when I was raised.
That's why she won't pay for the real Zoom.
Also true.
I know, right?
Also true. You can call me out on that as much as you want to, because it's accurate.
So you claim Saturday and Sunday then, huh?
What's that?
You claim Saturday and Sunday.
Totally. Sunday until sundown. And then once the sun goes down, then I work again. Only, like a good Jew. All right. So anyway, but I'm consistent about it, you guys. I'm consistent. So I want you to do this. I want you to pick a number, and I want you to do it, and I want you to do it every day. Something that's realistic for you, but maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone. So if you're thinking, well, 5's realistic for me, then I want you to do 7. Okay. All right. So that's inviting. Being consistent with your being a product of the product. So that would be your workouts, your Shakeology, your healthy eating, but also being realistic about that too. And knowing that, when you post about your workouts or your eating or whatever it is on your social media, that's showing consistency. Please hold. I need to ask people to shut the door. Hey, Mason. Mason, can you come close my bedroom door, please? The dish noise is awful. So being consistent on that and showing it on social media, but also being consistent for yourself, also being realistic and knowing that you are going to have crappy days, you're going to have crappy weeks, you're going to have crappy months. You're going to have times where you don't feel well, you're going to have times where you're too busy, but those things are important to share too, because that's real life, and that's what people sort of attach to, is kind of the not so pretty part of life. I think sometimes is they're like, oh, okay, well, I saw for the last week she did her workout every day, but then all of a sudden now she's running into roadblocks and not doing them. Well, that's okay, and that's okay to show, but you're still being consistent. Okay, and that's important. Consistent about personal development. You guys, this has made the biggest difference in my business. I was not a big fan of personal development. I don't know why. I think I was resisting it, and I'll tell you one-on-one why at some other time. I don't want to say it here. I think I was resisting it for quite some time, and then I had kind of a rough patch over the summertime with my business. And one of the things that I was told time and time again by coaches that are much more successful than myself is you have to read personal development. And so come end of August, I said, okay, fine, I'll try it. So I did, and it changed me. It changed my business. It changed me. It changed my outlook on everything. And now I'm super consistent about it. I read personal development or listen to it, or in some cases both, depending on the day, every single day, 7 days a week. That does not change, because it's made me a better mother, a better wife, a better business person, a better friend, a better daughter. It's made me a better person, and I'm able to, I feel like, help so many more people because of the personal development part. And I'm just starting on this personal development journey. So you got to be consistent about that. The fourth vital is recognition, and you're more than welcome to be consistent about that, but that's all up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. But, you know, again, just super, super important to be consistent in all aspects of what you're doing, and do it every single day, day in and day out. And you guys, these are small things. And if anybody's read The Slight Edge, this is The Slight Edge. These are small things that you do every day. And if you do them every day, or maybe not Slight Edge, I'm sorry, compound effect. If you do those things every single day, they, you know, bunch up on each other, and all of a sudden something big is happening for you. And it's all about consistency. Yes, ma'am.
So I've kind of struggled a little bit with recognition, but for instance, today was a great opportunity for me to recognize you.
Yes, thank you.
You know,
You did good with that too.
You know, recognizing people in your challenge groups or just friends, or for instance, that's one great thing about Team Z is that you're supposed to connect, depending on what your income goals are, with a certain number of prospects, customers, and coaches. And these don't necessarily have to be coaches on your team, though obviously if you should support them first and foremost. And, you know, so I sent out a message to somebody else and just said, hey, your posts just really resonate with me, you know, thanks so much. And they wrote back and said how much that meant to me. So, you know, that still counts, you know, because you're still developing relationships and you're supporting other people. And that was a refinery person, just not someone on our team. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that just makes it easy. And I do think that even though maybe you're not always able, especially if you're a newer coach, to recognize people directly in, you know, your team underneath you, it's still such a great practice to be able to recognize other people.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you. And the other thing too is I know you guys get messages from your challengers that say, I lost 3 pounds. I got 3 messages in 2 days about people who have had pretty big success in short periods of time. And I would recommend that you guys take screenshots of those and then message the people and say, hey, can I use this? can I talk about this on my Facebook page? I will scratch your name out so nobody sees your name, but can I use this? Because that's another really good way to recognize people, but also to showcase what we're doing, that we're helping people, that we're not just out there selling stuff, we're actually helping people. And that's really key. So be consistent with that as well. All right, I'm going to move on to grit. There are times in this business that are tough. They just are. Whether it's because you've had a hard time in life and you've decided that you're going to take a step back from the business, and then when you get back into it, you're so far behind that you have to like literally dig your way in a messy way out of a pit, okay? There are times when you have, prime example right here, okay? Yesterday, two of my long time discount coaches, okay? These guys have been with me since I became, almost right after I became Diamond, so this is a long time ago. I've been a coach for almost 3 years, 2.5 years. How long have I been a coach? No, I can't remember. Oh, almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in March, end of February. But these are people who have been with me for a long time. But I had 2 coaches cancel their coach account in one day. That was yesterday. And then today I get the news that I, rank advance. So up, down. And really that is how this business works. It is very up and down. And you really have to learn to roll with the down so that you can get back to the up. And that takes grit and determination and patience, which I'll get to. But mostly the grit part. And you have to know that we're dealing with people and people's lives. And people's lives are icky and messy. Everybody's are, even ours. Even when we look like we've got these great pulled together lives because we have 4 kids and a full-time job and we work out and we eat well and we drink our Shakeology. It's not really like that. I mean, I'm going to say this, Kimberly. I'm just going to say this. I got a text from her, a message from Kimberly the other day when she was like, excuse me, I have to leave now because my daughter just wiped poop on somebody else's pillow. So things are messy. Life is messy, right? Life is messy, okay? And we don't have it all together all the time. And it really takes grit, and I'll tell you the next day, Kimberly probably had a better day. So she had an up, but she had just come from a really big time, icky down. And that happens. That is the nature of this business because we're dealing with people and their lives. Okay. We're not dealing with people's animals. We're not dealing with, whatever, distributing beer or whatever, or mascara. We're dealing with people's lives and things that are sensitive. Weight is sensitive to people. Fitness is sensitive to people. Health is sensitive to people and important to them too. So they go through those same feelings that we go through. Like we're going through it because we might lose 2 coaches one day, but then maybe the next day we sign up a new one. So I lost 2 coaches yesterday. Tomorrow I'm signing up a discount coach. I mean, it's ups and downs constantly. And you really do have to learn to live in those down times without it getting you down. And that is grit. That is where you have to say, it's not a big deal. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get to that up again. Look at it like a roller coaster. The roller coaster goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And it just keeps going, okay? Constantly. It doesn't stop going up and down and up and down and up and down. And even when it does stop at the place where you get off, guess what happens when you get back on? It goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And it just keeps doing that. And that is how this business is. Again, because we're dealing with people. If we weren't dealing with people, it'd be totally different. And sensitive things. I mean, it's not like you're, and I'm not ragging on other MLMs, but, we're not selling nail wraps. That's, maybe that's not so up and down, but we're not selling nail wraps. See, my nails not wrapped. We're not selling mascara. We're not selling skincare. We're selling health. We're selling lifestyle change. And those things are sensitive. So people are going to be up and down with you. And you're going to have customers that feel so good about themselves one day and 10 days later, they're totally down in the dumps because they hopped back on the scale and gained a pound. Okay. Well, we have coaches, right? Okay. That feel the same way. And so that's it. It's always going to be like that. And you have to learn how to roll with it, period. And it does. It takes grit, it takes determination, and it takes a lot of personal development. And that's a big reason why we do the personal development, is so we can get through those times that are really tough. So that harkens back to the consistency on the personal development thing. You got to do it. Okay. So I know what Heather's reading. I know what Kimberly's reading because I've asked. And I have to give kisses. Hold, please. Good night, my princess. Sit tight.
Your bed is so soft.
Thanks. So let's see. So okay. Oh, the big thing. I've heard about that. Is that good?
I just got it the other day, but I just love how to complete your creative project, even if you're a lazy, self-doubting procrastinator like me.
Love it. Love it.
I need that one.
Yeah, pick that one up. And I think that's, Lizzie, that's a good point too, is that your personal development should reflect what you're going through. It's, kind of silly to read something like I read, You Are a Badass, which was great. But at the time, it wasn't something I needed. I needed something more like the 10X rule or the 12-week year at the time. And I think that's important. If you know that you're having an issue with a certain area of your life, find a personal development book that fits it. I just finished reading or listening to, I just finished the 10X rule, which was phenomenal. I cannot wait to read it again. I have to return it to the library because it's 2 weeks late. But I'm going to get it again. And the other one I just read was Shoe Dog, which is Philip Knight, the guy who started Nike. So good. Oh my gosh. And you want to talk about grit? That's it. Determination? That's it. Highs and lows? That's it. That's the book you need to listen to, because this guy went through everything back and forth multiple times and still created Nike. It is a phenomenal book, and it is so inspirational because he just kept going for it. He knew what he wanted and he just kept going for it. And I think that that's so huge in what we do, because I know what I want. I think I have at this point a strong why. I know what I want, and I have to go have all those books on hold. Yeah, I do the same thing. I love that you use the library. Thank you for that. It makes my librarian heart happy. So I think that reading stuff like that, really does help. But Shoe Dog was phenomenal. And what he went through to get to where he is now is unbelievable. You will be blown away. And he just had a really strong why that went past all of those things that kept him, that tried to keep him, all those roadblocks, all those walls that kept, oh gosh, we only have 10 minutes, get putting up. So cheap with my Zoom. He just kept going and going and going because it's a really strong why. Okay, I want to talk about patience because I think this is really important. Another thing about this this business is you have to have patience, both with yourself and with your customers and your coaches, because all this comes together. It really does. But you have to have patience. You have to know when to push and when to step back. And know that if you have a strong enough why and you continue to do those things consistently over time and you have grit to get you through those tough times, that patience is going to pay off in spades. Okay, that you are going to reach your goals and you're going to get there because you had the patience to get through those other things. But that underlying patience really, really matters. You really do need to be patient with yourself and be patient with your people. When you're messaging people and you're getting these things that we call no's, I don't even call them no's anymore. When people say go for no, I don't even go for no. I just go for, I'm developing relationships with people, and I don't really care if they tell me no. I don't really care if they tell me no 17 times. I'm still going to talk to them. It doesn't hurt my feelings anymore. It used to. It does not anymore. It doesn't bother me anymore one bit. I get as much excited to talk to somebody who tells me no as I do to somebody who says, when can I buy my challenge pack? I've learned that, and that's through patience. 100% patience, and I am not a patient person. I told you guys I have OCD. I want things done. I'm a doer. I'm not a waiter, and I don't like to wait for things. But I have learned that in this business, you have to wait. The no's, the not nows. It's really important to be patient with those people because it's not their time. They're not ready yet, and you don't want to start a challenger that goes, "Gosh, fine, I'll do it. Shut up. Stop talking to me. Stop asking." Because they're not ready and they're not going to be successful. You want to wait till the person is ready when they're finally like, you message them and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. When can I start?" And then they order, and the minute they're done placing their order, like, "When's it going to be here?" Do you get those? People have told you no for 9 months, and then you get them on the phone and they order their challenge pack and they text you 10 minutes later, "I forgot to ask you, how many days?" And I'm like, "You've waited 9 months and now you want it really quickly? Are you kidding me?" But really, that's what happens. But that's really all about patience. And you'll find that if you're patient with people and you don't get panicky about hitting Success Club and you don't send desperate messages, I've done it. They're not pretty. What? Fixate? Except that when I talk to you, one was freaking fixate. So whenever but seriously, when you're patient with people and you wait till they get to where they want it, and I don't care if it's a customer or if it's a coach who jumps on board and says, "I'm ready to do this," and then it takes them a while to get to where they want to go. That's okay too. That's you needing to be patient with the process. And everybody's on a different timeline. Everybody is. And we don't know everything about everybody. So we don't know why the timeline's different. We don't know what's holding people back. That's kind of not our business. But our business is to be patient. And then it is going to pay off. I promise. We have 6 minutes left. So I'm going to shut up and let you guys ask questions. It doesn't have to be about these topics, but anything. And I'm sorry that Roma's getting cut off. That went by really fast.
I would say I missed y'all.
I know. I just love seeing your face and hearing your voice. And I think we have Stacy, not Stacy EE, Stacy with a Y too. And I think she's on the phone.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, good. Nice to have you. You're always welcome to come to our calls.
Thank you.
But anybody else have any questions about anything? Team Cup, Challenge Cup?
Following up.
I like those.
When you followed up with someone like 2 or 3 times about that they seemed really interested in, like I had a gal that had Shakeology from her mom and has a workout, and so I invited her to try Beachbody On Demand the 30 days for free, so that she could try the health bet. And she just, even though I followed up with her 3 times and got back to her, she just sort of stopped talking to me. And so I've been sending her like encouraging messages for her life. Is that the right way to keep going and then hope that someday she'll come around?
Yes, that's exactly what you should be doing. And you know what? Maybe next week we'll talk about follow-up specifically. We'll do the whole thing on follow-up. But yes, that's exactly what you should be doing, because what we're in the business of doing is changing people's lives, helping people get healthy physically, mentally, financially, whatever it is. That's what we're doing. And if all you can do right now is encourage her, then that's great. She knows you're a Beachbody coach. She knows what you're up to. And so when she's ready, she's going to be, "Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this." So you are making a difference in her life, and you are helping her by giving her encouragement. And that's cool. That's important. Yeah, absolutely. And I think the thing about follow-up, and maybe we'll talk about this in detail next week, is that who's that? Making a lot of noise. So anyway, I think that the thing with follow-up that's really important is kind of having a gauge on individuals. Some people like to be followed up with weekly, like to be reminded that there's a good deal out there. Some people hate it. And it's kind of having a little bit of forethought in terms of each individual person and knowing, yeah, that person can be followed up with weekly, or that person can only be followed up with once a month. But kind of knowing that ahead of time really helps plan your follow-up individually so that you're not driving people nuts or you're not falling out of their mind. And you can kind of gauge that. If you know your people well, then that's what you do. And as you start to get into what's called your cold market, you kind of start to have to guess a little bit. And my deal with the cold market is that people that I don't know well, that I've friended on Facebook, that I'm like, I don't really know who she is. I do a 2-week rule there. And so I follow up with them about every 2 weeks because I don't know. Once I figure it out, and if they're like, oh my gosh, shut up, then I do every 30 days. Or they're like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Then I go back to once a week. So it depends on who they are and what their personality is like. But I think that's a great start, Lizzie. And she already knows the value of it, but maybe not so much because she didn't actually purchase anything. And I think when people don't pay for something, they don't value it quite as much. So
I also think that, Kim, you were telling me about some sort of like end of the month list that you have. And I think that that's a good idea too, like just anyone who's liked on your posts that have to do relatively with Beachbody, to put them on a list. I'm like, hey, just wanted to reach out and let you know that, since it's the end of the month, these sorts of things are going on right now. And, even if it isn't necessarily that the deal is closing, just say, hey, we'd just love to help get you into this, that, and the other, or, invite them to free groups or whatever the case may be. But I just really liked that idea. And I have a whole bunch of people that I'm like, okay, on the 25th, I'm contacting them. And that's just another plug too for Teamsy, because I can set that in there and then it reminds me and it shows up as a follow-up. And then I know that those are the people that I said that I was going to follow up with, and it jogs my memory for me because I just don't have any memory.
I'm with you there. I use Excel. I want to try Teamsy actually. And we'll talk about that next week because y'all are probably going, huh? What's Teamsy? We'll talk about that next week because that is a follow-up point. I will talk about that list next week because that's really relevant actually, because it will be almost the end of the month next week. So that's really relevant. And what that does is 2 things. If you haven't hit Success Club, it helps you that final push. Or if you have hit Success Club, it helps you push into the next month. That's what that end of the month list is. But I'll talk about that next week because we're going to run out of time. But thank you so much for being here, you guys. This was a good call. I talked a lot. I'm sorry. But it was something that was on my mind. I felt like it needed to get out, especially since it's the beginning of the year. And I want you guys to start thinking about those 3 things. And I want you to pick your number that you're gonna invite. I want you to pick a number, and I want you to be consistent about it this week. And then next week we'll talk about follow-up. Lizzie's 5. I see her. Yeah, girl. All right. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you again for all your wonderful words. It was a good day. Yay. Bye.